Opting to not escalate the ongoing tensions in the Black Sea, Russian President Vladimir Putin revealed that he rejected a defense ministry proposal to hold military drills in response to NATO activity in the Black Sea region. Listen in.
Обороны было предложение тоже провести в этой же акватории свои незапланированные учения, но я считаю, что это нецелесообразно и нет необходимости нагнетать дополнительно обстановку там. Поэтому Минобороны России ограничивается только сопровождением.
Russia has complained about what it calls a dangerous increase in military activity by the United States and its allies in the Black Sea region. This includes NATO allies flying strategic bomber flights in the region and the presence of 2 US warships. Just last week, Russia said it had to scramble a fighter jet to intercept a British spy plane operating near Crimea, a region that Moscow had annexed from Ukraine in 2014. Tensions are also high over what US officials have called a worrying build-up of Russian military near the Ukraine border. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with the French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian about the Russian military activity at the border. The Ukrainian army, meanwhile, has been locked in a conflict with Kremlin-backed separatists in the Donetsk and Lugansk regions that erupted after Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula. Recent social media videos show Russia moving troops and tanks towards the Ukrainian border. Earlier this year, too, Russia had amassed around 100,000 troops on Ukraine's border, raising fears of a major escalation of the conflict. Russia later pulled back, though both Ukraine and the US claimed that the withdrawal was limited. The conflict has already claimed more than 13,000 lives. Now, for more on this story, we still have Julia Chapman live with us from Moscow. Julia, thanks for staying on. What can you tell us about the Russian president's latest stance on the ongoing tensions in the Black Sea region?
Well, President Vladimir Putin does say that the Russian government is concerned about a dangerous situation in the Black Sea area, where there have been tensions, of course, for many years now, but they do certainly seem to be escalating, with the Russian side accusing NATO and Ukraine of carrying out additional drills and cooperation in the area. It's certainly true that the US, at least, has stepped up its support for Ukraine in recent months since Joe Biden came into power in Washington, and that has led to some criticism here in Moscow and concerns of a possible standoff. But interestingly, Ukraine doesn't seem to be quite as concerned about the ongoing alleged buildup of Russian military on the Ukrainian border. And this comes as defense intelligence firm Janes says there has been a movement of a tank battalion and elite forces towards southern Russia near the Ukrainian border. And this movement of troops is happening late at night in what the defense firm says is a covert operation, so slightly different to the situation we saw earlier in the year when there was a much more public, much more obvious movement of Russian troops, and that was because Russia said they were carrying out military exercises at the time. But Ukraine does say that the 100,000 or so Russian troops who were in the area in the spring, there's similar numbers now. Whether they have been drawn down and rebuilt still remains unclear. But President Putin says that he has refrained from holding any other drills in the Black Sea area to try to avoid a confrontation, as tensions certainly are getting ramped up.
Julia Chapman, thanks for joining us from Moscow with all those inputs. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.